everybody, it's Dana. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm making another card for the Clean and Simple Holiday Card Series I'm doing. So I've made this little card. I made it on Periscope, and I'm now going to show you how you can create a cute, adorable card very quickly. I need to mass produce cards for the holidays, so I can't do a lot of cards that have a lot of dimension to them. I need them to be clean and simple. So we're going to start off here with some Neenah Solar White cardstock, and this is the 120-pound weight. So this is the thicker of it, and I'm just going to crease that. Next, I'm going to come in with some tape. Now you can use tape that's thinner than this, thicker than this. This is just going to create my border. And this one here is the Micropore by 3M. So I'm just going to tear off some of the tape and place it around the edges of my card. So this here becomes the border for my sentiment, or my little square, I guess I should say. And it's also going to be used to hold down my card. So like I said, you can use any tape you like. You just want some tape that will make a clean border for your card. So I'm going to add this all the way around using the edges of my card as my guide. You can also, if you wanted to, die cut out a square and use that as a stencil. So you can really get creative with this technique. So I'm just going to tear that off, and I'm going to line up my card straight. Alright, so that's going to hold everything in place. I'm going to make sure I kind of crease my edges pretty well, because I don't want any of my ink to seep underneath. I'm going to use some greens this time. So I'm going to be using Pear Tart and Bamboo Leaves. These two are some of my favorite colors, and it's a very pretty green to use for the holidays. I'm going to bring in some of my blending tools. I keep some of the circle ones and the squares in this little container in my drawer. Alrighty, so I'm going to first come in with the Pear Tart, and I'm going to add this as my base color. So I'm just going to come in very lightly off of the tape and then bring the color down onto my cardstock. And this, like I said, is just going to be my base color. So I'm going to try to leave the center just a little bit lighter than the rest of my card, just so I have like a little bit of a white background for my sentiment. Alright, next I'm going to bring in the Bamboo Leaves, and this is just a little bit of a darker green, and that's going to be great to add just some highlight darkness, or low lights maybe I want to call that, around the outside of my sentiment. So you can do this with whatever inks you have on hand. You don't have to use these, and you can also use non-traditional colors like I did with the pink. I'm going to bring that in off to the side. I'm just getting some of that darker color around my edges. Once I'm satisfied with this, then I can turn around and bring back in that other sponge and really work my color into my card. And this just makes sure that you get everything blended very nicely. I'm going to bring in just a little bit more of that lighter green just around my edges to get everything blended. Alright, so that is the base of our card. Next I'm going to use this stamp set here. This is Essential Greetings from Simon Says Stamp, and I'm going to use the Merry Christmas. I already have it on a block lined up, and I'm going to use my VersaFine Black Onyx ink. This happens to be my favorite ink for really crisp images or sentiments. It's perfect for that. I'm going to line that up in the middle and firmly press down. Now you can mass produce these if you have a MISTI. You can mass produce these in no time. You just put your sentiment down once, You're always going to know where your center is because your score tape, or your core tape rather, is going to show you exactly where you need to stamp. So you can mass produce these really quickly. Next, I'm going to use my white broad Signo pen, and I'm just going to outline right around the top of my sentiment. So let me bring this in just a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. So you can use a thinner one, or a broader tip, or a thinner tip. I like to get mine started right on my finger so I know that it's working. And now I'm just going to outline across just the top portions of my sentiment. Now if you have thicker sentiments, this would be great that you can do the top and the bottom of the sentiment. I'm just going to do just across the top, so it kind of looks like maybe a little bit of snow has fallen on my sentiment, but it really makes your sentiment pop. Gives it just a nice little white halo across the top. So I'm going to go down this side and just up across the top. Now if you press down, you're going to get a very broad, but if you do light strokes, it will be a little bit thinner. And you can do this with any kind of pen, whatever pen you have, and whatever pen you like. You can do it with silver, you can do it with gold, totally up to you. And lastly, I'm just going to bring it around the bottom. Alrighty, so can you see it gives it just a nice little white highlight. Very easy to do. To add just a little bit of organic to this, I'm just one more time going to go back in and just rub. I just want to make sure that all of that ink is down. Now I'm going to show you what I do. Let me zoom back out for a minute so you guys can see this. I keep a bowl of colored images. So anytime I color up something and I color multiples, I leave them right here in the bowl. So this makes it really easy for me to put a card together. So I'm going to use this green here. This image here is from Paper Smooches, and I'm going to place them directly on the card. So what I advise people to do, if you're coloring, color a bunch of things. So when you need to put a quick card together, you'll have it done in no time. So I'm just going to grab some foam tape. And this is just so I can pop up my adorable little sweater. I'm going to place that on the back. And now for the reveal. With this kind of tape, or any kind of tape you're putting down on cardstock, you're going to want to peel back slowly so you do not tear your base card. So you see that I'm pulling right back, the tape right back on itself. And this way you don't have to worry about messing up your card after you've done all this beautiful work to it. So again, I'm just going to hold my card and I'm going to pull the tape back on itself. This makes it really, really easy. Now if you're using painter's tape that might be a little bit more tacky, you want to make sure that you, let me go this way with this one. You want to make sure that you take off some of the tackiness. You can rub it over your clothing or just over your fingers just to remove some of the tackiness of the tape so it does not rip your card. I'm going to pull that one. And then lastly, I'm going to pull this one. Again, you just want to gently start bringing it back on itself so it does not tear your card. So you see that? It made a fantastic little border for us. And how easy was that card to do? Super easy. So at this point you can add a glitter, you can add some striping if you want to, but I'm just going to leave mine like that. Pop up my little sweater onto the corner. And voila, you have a very simple and easy card so you can mass produce for the holidays. I want you guys to have a fantastic day. Please make sure to follow my YouTube channel or check me out on my social media. I'm at godjoycreations.blogspot.com, and you can also find me on Periscope under the name of MZ Dana Joy. Have a fantastic day, everybody. Go forth and be crafty. Well, that wraps up another day of card making for the Clean and Simple Holiday Card Series. I hope you guys liked the video today. Please make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. I will see you guys soon. Go forth and be crafty.